Yo, what is up, guys? Shouts is back here now. Volume 17 of Demon Slayer. We gotta talk about this volume right here. Ooh. Now, we left off with volume 16 right here with my girl Shinobu, the insect Ashira. She was fighting off against Doma, the upper rank 2 demon, and Doma's a beast, by the way. But we left off with this volume with Shinobu doing like a piercing move to Doma's neck, and we know that Shinobu can do poison moves, but Doma's pretty much immune to all those poison abilities. So pretty much Doma's able to survive that attack, and we start off with this volume with getting a backstory about Shinobu now. When we hear a backstory about this volume, we already know it's going to be sad, Shinobu pretty much had all her happiness taken away from her. Her family got killed. It was pretty much only her and her sister Kanae. And it's pretty cool because she actually got saved at a young age by Gyomei Himejima. He's the stone pillar. And with all the bad things that happened to Gyomei, he still kept his happiness inside him. So Shinobu pretty much liked that. And she wanted to protect all the weaker ones pretty much so they can all keep that same happiness within them. That's pretty much why Shinobu and Kanae train to be demon slayers so they can keep that happiness within the weaker people. So, alright, back to this fight. So Shinobu pretty much has her blade through Doma's neck right now. And these two are hanging mid-air right under the ceiling right now. So Shinobu's blade pretty much slips out of Doma's neck and she's pretty much free falling straight down. This is where Doma does this interesting move where he sets out these vines that wraps around Shinobu and he pretty much reels Shinobu back into him and he pretty much takes his arms and wraps them around her, and I can't believe it, but Doma starts absorbing Shinobu now. In my head, I'm like, Shinobu, you're the Hashira, you're gonna do something, but no. Shinobu's getting absorbed by Doma, the upper rank 2 demon, and it's sad when she drops her sword, Kanayo, pretty much her trainer, or her Suguko, she runs in, she sees Shinobu getting absorbed, but damn, yo. Shinobu dropped her blade, that's how you know it's over. And I was so pissed off because as Doma's absorbing her, like she's almost fully absorbed. He takes pretty much the butterfly bow tie thing on the back of her head and pretty much takes it and starts like playing with it. So I feel like this man's just rubbing it in right now, but damn, yo. Shinobu is gone, yo. That's crazy. I just did an unboxing video of Shinobu a couple of days ago and now she's gone, yo. You guys didn't you guys didn't brace me about this or anything, yo. That's crazy, yo. Shinobu is gone. So Kanayo is pissed right now and she's pretty cool because she can do these flower breathing moves. So she got some interesting abilities. Well, pretty much the volume pretty much transfers over to Zenitsu and Zenitsu looks serious right now. This is the Zenitsu that I like to see. Well, this dude's pretty much, he's in the Infinity Castle too because all the Demon Slayers are there. But this man's about to fight the new upper rank 6 demon and his name was Kaigaku. Now, if you guys remember a couple of volumes ago, the original upper rank 6 demons used to be Gyutaro and Daki. Well, the new one, his name is Kaigaku now. And these two used to know each other in the past, actually. Kaigaku is actually Zenitsu's senior. They were trained by the same buddies. So Zenitsu's about to go ham. Also, we learned that Kagaya Ubuyashiki, he's pretty much the leader of the Demon Slayer Corps that died during the explosion in his mansion to try and take down Muzan. He pretty much has 3 other children, so he has 5 children in total. 2 of them died in that explosion, so he has 3 left. And he has one son named Kiria that's 8 years old. He's the oldest son, and he has 2 younger daughters. Well, Kiria being the 8-year-old, he's the oldest, so he has to step up and be the head of the whole house Ubuyashiki. So he's pretty much the one in charge now out of all the Demon Slayers. And that's a lot to ask for an 8-year-old, That's pretty crazy, but this man was stepping up to the job. Well, it's pretty interesting too because if we go back to season 1 of the anime, I forgot all about these characters, but we see them during the final selection when Tanjiro was trying to enter the Demon Slayer Corps. So we've seen Ubuyashi's kids before, and they're pretty much stepping up to the plate right now. So with Kiria and his 2 younger sisters, they were pretty much using Yushiro's eyes on crows. And if you guys don't remember who Yushiro was, him and a demon named Tamayo from season 1, these are 2 demons that were against Muzan's plans, that were pretty much helping out Tanjiro and the Demon Slayers out. So Kiria is pretty much using Yushiro's eyes and spreading them through crows. And these crows can pretty much get intel on where Muzan's whereabouts are. And it's pretty cool because these crows can spread the information around and they're ordering the crows to do this. So Something about Yushiro's eye ability is pretty interesting because if we look back in season 1, he was able to do some things like pretty much use his eyes to hide the hideout of Tamayo's place. Also, when Tanjiro fought one of the, I think it was the arrow demon, he was pretty much used his eye ability to help Tanjiro see where the arrows are. So Yushiro has some interesting abilities, but the crows were pretty much the one that gave the intel that Shinobu was dead to all the other people that were in the Infinity Castle. Alright, so let me get back to this Zenitsu fight real quick. So, Zenitsu was fighting the new upper rank 6 demon named Kagaku, and these two used to be trained by the same master. Now, this former master, he used to be the former Rumble Hashira back in the day, and I call him Rumble Hashira because anyone that uses thunder breathing and turns to a Hashira, they call him the Rumble Hashira, and his name was Kuwajima. So, Kuwajima trained Kagaku first, but he liked Zenitsu more. Zenitsu came after, but he liked Zenitsu more. Kagaku was pretty much a hothead back in the day, so Kagaku didn't like that Kuwajima liked Zenitsu more, so that's pretty much how the beef all started with those two. So Kagaku didn't like his former master liking Zenitsu more, so Kagaku became the new upper rank 6 demon. The former master ended up killing himself, and Zenitsu didn't like this, so these two are going in right now. What's interesting about this fight is that, we've seen Zenitsu fight like plenty of times. He can only do the first form of thunder breathing. Well, Kagaku can pretty much do everything else. So this is an interesting fight right here. So we pretty much see Kagaku do his first move, and it was called thunder breathing 4th form distant thunder. And this was pretty cool because the lightning looked black in a way. So Kagaku's doing this thing, but props to my man Zenitsu because this man was able to dodge that attack, and he was able to get a cut off of Kagaku too. So my man Zenitsu's getting better. It had to be that training with Himejima, all that training your base stuff. That's probably what made him get so much better now, because that training was mostly about the base and thunder breathing. They use a lot of leg work for those moves. So anyways, Zenitsu's getting a lot better. So we pretty much get a small flashback of Kagaku, and he pretty much confronts the upper rank 1 demon, Kokushibo, meaning Kokushibo is the strongest out of all the other upper ranks. And I'm pretty curious to see how strong Kokushibo is, because him being the upper rank 1 demon, he just looks like a badass. So I can't wait to see what he can do when he starts fighting well. Kagaku pretty much confronts him, and this pretty much puts a fear so strong in Kagaku, but Kokushibo pretty much shares some of Muzan's blood with him, turning him into an upper rank 6 demon. Now, it's pretty interesting because I learned that if you're good with a sword, you can turn into an upper rank demon a lot faster, but if you know how to do breathing techniques, you need more Muzan's blood. So Kokushibo pretty much shares a lot of Muzan's blood with Kagaku. This is what turns him into an upper rank 6 demon. Bro, Kagaku hates Zenitsu, and what's scary is that this dude knows how to use the sword, and also with his blood demon moves, he gets one cut on you, it's pretty much going to cut you, and it's going to start burning your flesh away constantly. So it's really important not to get cut by this dude. This fight probably won't get animated for years to come, but I can't wait to see when it does happen, because everybody loves Zenitsu when he fights. Now with thunder breathing, we also learned that with the first form, that's the foundation of all the other forms of thunder breathing. So if you don't know how to do the first form, your other forms are going to be lackluster. I guess this was the main Achilles heel for Kagaku, because like I said, he doesn't know how to do the first form of thunder breathing well. Alright, so this fight continues, and this man, Kagaku, does a thunder breathing move that sends Zenitsu falling to his death right now in the Infinity Castle. This is probably where we see the highlight of the whole volume right here. The whole highlight of this whole volume. This man Zenitsu, for all we've been seeing him do so far, he's been doing the first form like in every fight we've seen so far. This man does a new move called Thunder Breathing 7th form Hinoi Kazuki no Kami. I think that's how it's pronounced. This man does the dopest move, and it's so fast. This man takes off Kagaku's head, and the panel just looks amazing, by the way. After he does this move, his little jacket thing that he starts wearing, like, it starts to burn off of himself. So this was the dopest move in the whole volume right now. This sends Kagaku's head falling pretty much. Zenitsu, you just soloed an upper rank demon all by yourself. This was badass to you. Everybody already loves Zenitsu, but seeing this man do this against an upper rank 6 demon by himself, That's unreal, yo. Even though that Kaigaku just became an upper rank 6 demon, you know, so he probably hasn't reached his full potential, that's still pretty damn impressive, Zenitsu, you know. If Kaigaku learned how to become, you know, an upper rank 6 demon and train for another year, he would have killed Zenitsu easily. That's what Yushiro said to him, you know, when he saved Zenitsu's life. He called him while he was free falling, but that's still pretty damn impressive, you know. I don't care. Zenitsu, you solo the upper rank 6 demon. You're a badass. Kaigaku, I know you were just introducing this volume and all that, but you gotta go, you know, good riddance. And we also learned that you were the one responsible for letting the demon in that killed all the children in Himejima's temple. He's the stone pillar, so you were messed up for a long time, and I'm glad to see you gone, you know. Zenitsu took you out. And props to Yushiro for saving Zenitsu's life too. We also learned that with Yushiro, he's the only demon that wasn't created by Muzan, which is interesting. This man was created by Tamayo, and Tamayo must did some, you know, high-level research to know how to do like that. You know, her knowledge has been coming in clutch lately. With Tamayo's knowledge, she was pretty much able to save Zenitsu's life in a way, because Zenitsu got slashed by Kaigaku during this fight, and like I said, if you get slashed by him, your flesh is continuously burning. So she was able to make this agent and give it to Yushiro, and Yushiro was pretty much able to give that to Zenitsu, and that pretty much saved his life. So everyone is coming clutch right now during this arc in Demon Slayer. Yo, good job, Zenitsu, and you made your Gramps or former master or the Rumble Hashira, you made him proud with this fight right here. So pretty much after this fight with Zenitsu transfers over to Tanjiro and Giyu pretty much running now. This is where this man Akaza comes into the scene. So back-to-back crazy stuff is happening right now. This man, Akaza, can do so much damage with just one punch. Well, this dude comes in with a bang, and Akaza, I'm not going to forget what you did to my favorite character, Rengoku, you know. I'm not going to forget what you did to that, and I can't wait to see the Infinity Train movie, by the way. But Akaza's pretty much the upper rank 3 demon right now, and this dude is a beast. Well, he pretty much comes to the scene. And we also see Tamayo pretty much in the Infinity Castle, and she's stuck in like this meat-like cocoon sort of thing, and she thinks this substance is what's responsible for turning demons back into humans. So for Nezuko's sake, this is pretty big right here. Like I said, this girl is extremely smart, and she's been coming in clutch late with her knowledge. So we pretty much transition into 2 other interesting moments right here. We see Rengoku's dad and Tengen Uzui. Uzui's pretty much the former Sound Hashira in the Demon Slayer Corps. And Uzui, I miss you, my guy. That Red Light District arc was badass, yo. I miss you. But we see those 2 pretty much watching over Kiria, and they're just saying how proud they are seeing them stepping up in the Demon Slayer Corps. You know, the man's only 8 years old doing all this. But we also pretty much transition over to Yoro Kodaki now. He's pretty much the guy that wears the red mask that used to train Tanjiro in the season 1 anime. He gave pretty much Nezuko a medicine made by Tamayo. Now, this medicine is supposedly supposed to turn her back into a human now. We're seeing some big moments in this volume right now. The Demon Slayer Corps has come a long way. If Nezuko can turn back into a human, this will mess up Muzan's plan, because this man for 1,000 years was trying to find a way to conquer the sun, and if Nezuko can turn back into a human, this man Muzan's pretty much going to have to go back to square one, restart his whole plan all over again. 1,000 years wasted, you know. The Demon Slayer Corps has stepped up, yo. Alright, so back to this Akaza fight with Tanjiro and Giyu. So Akaza and them starts fighting. My man Tanjiro stepped up, yo, because this man's doing his Hinokami Kagura dance. Now, during the season 1 anime, his water wheel move was one of my favorite water breathing moves, but he did his Hinokami Kagura dance version of this move right here. So this man did a cool fire sun breathing wheel sort of move on Akaza, which cut off his left arm. So Tanjiro's going in, and Akaza tries to attack this man again. Now, this is where pretty much Tanjiro does this awesome Hinokami Kagura dance called Mock Sun Rainbow. Now, Tanjiro, you're pretty much evading attacks now, leaving after images of yourself. Yo, this is so dope, yo. Tanjiro stepped up in this fight big time. And what's funny about this fight right now is that Giyu's pretty much looking shocked right now. Like, is this the Tanjiro I know? Because when he first met Tanjiro, when his family was killed by demons, Tanjiro didn't know how to do none of this. So this man Giyu's looking shocked right now, like, dang, yo, Tanjiro really stepped up, yo. But Tanjiro is doing his thing right now, but Ikaza, he gets in the fighting stance right now, and this man, like, he's ready to go serious. Ikaza looking serious, but Giyu's saying, you know, Tanjiro, you're pretty much on a Hashira level now with the way you're fighting right now. Tanjiro, you know, damn, you stepped up. Bro, when I say this fight was fantastic, yo, reading this thing was just amazing. And Tanjiro, Akaza, Giyu, all of them were doing their things, yo. Pretty much Akaza was so impressed by Giyu. This was his second time fighting against the Water Ashira, so he was pretty much asking Giyu, like, yo, what's your name? I want to remember the name of the person I fought, but Giyu wouldn't give him his name. And yo, the moves that Ikaza can do with his hands and legs are scary, yo. He does this move to Giyu called Destructive Death, Leg Type Explosive Fury. And this move pretty much sends Giyu flying through walls, like walls upon walls. And it's pretty cool because with the panel right here, Ikaza has his legs, you know, going all crazy out. It reminds me of Chun-Li if you ever played Street Fighter where she does that move where her legs are going all out, you know. Ikaza was doing some crazy moves. So it's pretty much Ikaza and Tanjiro right now. And Ikaza makes Tanjiro pissed right now because he pretty much said Rengoku's values for staying a human were weak. Well, this gets Tanjiro pissed. These two are about to go at it. So what Ikaza, he pretty much hates the weak. He hates the weak-minded, and pretty much Tanjiro says that everyone is born weak at some point, and it's the strong's responsibility to save the weak. And you know, that cycle repeats. You know, the weak are going to get stronger, and then it's their job to protect the weaker ones. So Ikaza doesn't like this idea, but it low-key gets to him because we pretty much see him in thought with someone talking behind him. You know, this must be the time back when he was a human, and this gets to him because this man punches, like, he punches the person talking behind him, which actually makes it look like he's punching mid-air right now. So Ikaza's pretty much low-key going a little crazy right now. So I'm sensing a soft side here right now. Well, these two are pretty much fighting all over again. Tanjiro does his Hinokami Kagura dance, and pretty much Ikaza catches his blade mid-attack, and this dude has a strong grip on Tanjiro's blade right now. And when I'm thinking this man Ikaza's gonna snap Tanjiro's blade, my man Giyu comes right back, slices both this man's hands off. So Giyu and Tanjiro are back fighting together. This fight is just fantastic with every page that I'm reading. So Giyu looks pretty much pissed right now. We always see Giyu in an emotionless sort of way, but this dude looks pissed. The fight is continuing, and what's interesting is that a crow appears during this fight. If you guys remember Rengoku's little brother, I think his name was Senjiro, he pretty much writes a message to Tanjiro about one of his ancestor Flame Ashiras and someone that used sun breathing. Well, the sun breathing user had a confrontation with Muzan, and I guess this is an important message, and he pretty much has that crow deliver it to Tanjiro. Now, Tanjiro has to win this fight in order to be able to read that message that Senjiro sent to him. So, I'm pretty curious what that message is going to say, but this fight is going in right now. So, with this fight that's going on right now, props to my man Giyu because, like I said, this man looks angry, and the demonic marks around his body is starting to, like, manifest around him. So, this is crazy, yo. This is making his attacks a lot faster. But what's interesting about Ikaza is that this man is able to adapt to the increased speed that Giyu is showing right now. There's something interesting about Ikaza's ability. He's able to pretty much, like how Tanjiro can pretty much smell a demon's weakness, like maybe Ikaza is pretty much able to like sense someone's fighting spirit or something like that. Ikaza's doing something interesting in this fight, and I'm trying to figure out what this man is doing. And during this fight, you know, we get an interesting flashback about Tanjiro's dad before he died of a sickness, and, you know, it's Demon Slayer, flashback, something sad or death is going to happen, you know, it's going to happen. But we see something about Tanjiro's dad, and he used to do the dance for the Hinokami Kagura pretty much the beginning of every year, and this man used to do this dance for hours upon hours, and he said the reason for doing this is because, you know, it opens up all the senses to your body, and it makes you conscious of everything that's going on in your body, like through every last blood vessel, and it pretty much make you able to see something called the transparent world. Now, Transparent world. This seems like an interesting concept because we've never heard of this before. You know, this is new territory for us, but this is interesting. Now, to give Tanjiro a glimpse of what this transparent world can do, there was this bear that was going around and it was eating innocent people. So Tanjiro and his dad, with the village that they were in, they set up these strings around the village and they attached these like bells around the strings. So if the bear was ever to come, you know, it would pretty much, you know, knock over against the bells and, you know, they'll hear the ringing sound. So it was cool is that Tanjiro's dad was able to sense pretty much the bear coming way before it even touched the bell, and he pretty much got an axe, you know, sliced the bear's head off. It looked like one slice when it was actually two, so this transparent world has some interesting sort of capabilities to it. So I guess Tanjiro's learning the hang of this transparent world move right now because this man's starting to predict Ikaza's moves right here, and it's pretty cool because Tanjiro thought he did the same thing when he fought against Hantango, the previous upper rank 4 demon, when his main body was hiding in one of the hearts of the other bodies. So Tanjiro's pretty much starting to dodge Ikaza's moves, and when he starts to focus on dodging, he says that this makes him like faster than he's ever been before. So this transparent world ability is pretty interesting. We see one panel where he's dodging pretty much Ikaza's moves, and it shows Ikaza's muscles, his blood flow. So I'm guessing that, you know, they can see deep within the opponent's body and predict what he's starting to do and pretty much gain these, you know, crazy perception abilities and just like I said, predict everything that's going on. You know, I'm thinking that's what this transparent world can do, but that's where the volume ends off. And yo, Volume 17 was crazy, yo. Shout out to my man Zenitsu for soloing the upper rank 6 demon by himself. I don't care if he was a new upper rank demon or not. My man Zenitsu did his thing. Tanjiro, Giyu, Ikaza, they're all doing their thing in this fight. And I can't believe Shinobu is gone still, yo. Shinobu is gone, yo. My girl is gone. Zenitsu did a new move. Volume 17, yo. They showed Tsunemi in the front cover, but, you know, we didn't see him really in this volume, but that's all good, yo. This is one of my favorite volumes out of all the other ones I read, yo. Damn, yo. Zenitsu, Tanjiro, Shinobi, Tamayo. Everybody's just stepping up in this fight, yo. That was my volume review. Peace.